Did you just tweet it out or like like a so when you tweet out the just tag are you gonna tag me in the link to the tweet? Because no, I'll just retweet that type of thing. Kinda like I'd wanna like at least link the stream type of thing. My first stream was an absolute mess. I've only actually streamed like once or twice on my channel. Yeah, it was just horrible. Pure lag, echo for some reason. Yeah. Do you use OBS or so wait, was it's Food Wars that one, right? I haven't looked at it. It was okay. Is that more than usual? I was hoping I would be able to boost it a bit, but like I didn't have anything to base it off of because you tweet a lot. So hopefully I could get some people to come by. Yeah, no, I'm pretty familiar with like I guess how the streams work. I watched like a couple just to get like
Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Chad. Welcome to hashtag Anime Night or Anime Night or whatever it is that you people call it nowadays. I'm so glad that you guys are here tonight. I hope you guys like my sweet new background. I figured out GIFs work in OBS, so what do you know? It's a freaking miracle. If you guys are new to this, be sure to pull up our anime of choice in a separate tab on a different device, whatever it is that you have. We are going to be streaming Food Wars because my guest picked four options and 167 of you voted, and 37 whatever percent voted for this. So we're going to be watching it, and it's going to be awesome. I've actually never seen it before. Probably awesome. I assume so if he picked it. He had some really good choices up there. If you guys want to interact with us, there's a couple of different ways to interact. YouTube chat, great way to interact. I constantly look at that. It is the primary source of you talking to me. If you guys want to ask me anything, that's a good place to do it. If you guys want to actually watch me do it in real time, if you want to be a part of this, join the Discord chat. The Discord chat allows you to write text to other people that are watching at the same time, just like the YouTube chat does, but it also allows a voice chat option. And I actually go there and talk to you guys before, after, and during this live stream. So if you want to talk voice to voice, chest to chest, foot to foot, whatever it is that you enjoy and do, we can do it in the Discord chat. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. We're good. Okay. For you guys who want more immediate answers, I'm also on Twitter. You can check out my Twitter handle or hashtag your tweets, hashtag anime night. I'll be going through those periodically throughout the night, as well as, I don't know, Snapchat and all the billions of other social media stuff. But enough about that. Let's get into why you guys are probably here today. My guess is you are here for the man, the myth, the legend, Briggs, aka All Day Anime. What are you doing, man? How you doing?
What's up, dude? I'm doing good. I love this. I love the background. Might I add?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm ever so proud. Why don't so there's probably gonna be a fair amount of people that watch this that don't know who you are. So why don't you give like a little explanation about like what it is that you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Briggs from the YouTube channel All Day Anime. I'm mainly known for my fact videos, basically just interesting facts that you wouldn't already know about like characters in series, specifically anime, obviously. Hence the name All Day Anime. And yeah, I cover series like Seven Deadly Sins, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, just all the cool stuff.
You've got a lot of growth lately. I saw you just hit 3,000 subscribers the other day on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you have like a billion Twitter followers. So like, you have more than me. But
I started off with a Twitter account actually.
oh, well, I guess I technically did too, because I did music promotion until I left to live in Japan. And so I had a bit of like a social media following from that already. And then I switched over to YouTube, and then, that was history.
Cool.
But
Yeah, I posted random like anime stuff, and then one day I'm like, why not make a channel?
definitely. Real quick, because I saw this on their channel the other day. So, do you actually know Spooky? Is he like a friend of yours?
I do. He may be dropping by actually. I'm supposed to send him the link.
Oh, good. So here, funny fact about me and him. So we've never talked, we've never met, right? I found him through some YouTube anime wormhole that happened, and the weird thing was, I swore I was convinced that he was Leafy, but he was doing an anime channel. He sounds just like him. Do you hear it too, or is it just me?
I don't hear it, but
What?
apparently he gets that a lot.
Yeah, so literally I was like, I bet Leafy likes anime, but he can't put it out there in public. So I literally thought he was Leafy forever. But I saw him on your channel, I was like, oh, I gotta ask. I have to ask. Otherwise I'm never gonna know. So he's not Leafy, you're confident.
Yes, he is not Leafy.
He's not.
Maybe just wearing a mask or something.
Oh, okay. Someone said his volume's too low. Let me go into OBS and fix that real quick. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
There it
someone
is.
said it's impossible to hear Briggs Senpai.
I found it. We're good. You're all fixed. During the intro, I turned you down and forgot to turn it back up during the bit. Why don't you,
Oh.
here, real quick, tell people who you are one more time, just so I can feel good about myself.
I'm Briggs from All the Anime. Just
There
do
it
it
is.
super quick this time around. Hopefully you guys could hear me this time. I'm just I make fact videos, interesting things you wouldn't already know about series and characters, specifically anime.
Can you tell me a cool factoid real quick?
Cool factoid.
Yeah,
Do you
please.
know? Have you watched the Seven Deadly Sins?
I haven't, but I'll take facts on that. That'll work.
The pig from the Seven Deadly Sins weighs over 300 pounds and is a male, even though people think that he is a she.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, how did you know how much he weighs?
It's
Does it
like
say
there's
in
a
the
data
anime?
book that the mangaka released.
Wow. You get really in depth, don't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty into it. Like I actually, because you mentioned Too Spooky at the beginning, I watched he made a video about Sanji, and I'm like, this is
Uh-oh.
so cool. No, it wasn't Sanji, it was Usopp. I'm like, I want to learn about Sanji, so I started doing all this research, and then my channel took a change of direction.
Really? So I actually found out about Spooky obviously through that wormhole, but I remember the one you're talking about. I remember that video because I was living in Japan at the time, and I was walking through there's this area called Canal City, and it was right when the Gold movie was coming out, and everything was just, they had giant lifelike figures of all the characters. They had wanted posters all over this mall, And I was like, wait, I haven't seen One Piece. So I started going through it, and then I really liked the show, so I started doing YouTube stuff through it, and that's how I found him. Shin
Well, cool.
sabotaging Briggs
That's
on purpose. Nope, no, I'm not. How dare you? I even
I
gave him
just
a
saw
second try.
yeah, he gave me so I got two introductions.
Hey, if anything, you'll get a third or a fourth, I'm sure. But it's already been 9 minutes, so let's get prepared for this, everybody. Remember, the show is called Food Wars. If you guys need a link for it, there's a great link in the description. I'm trying to remember
Or
who.
Shokugeki no Soma.
Yeah, or whatever the long title of it is. I just know it as Food Wars because that's what I googled and found. So now and again, I'll pre-rec this. I've never seen this anime. Okay, I've never seen it. So if you guys are new, we're all watching this for the first time together, except for Briggs, who is a pro and watches everything. So
All day anime.
all day anime, man, all day, every day. Do you have it loaded up, Briggs, by chance?
I do.
Okay, sweet. So if you guys can see on your screen, there'll be a little timer thing. I'll put my little mousy maboober over it. We're gonna press this, so that means no matter where you guys come in during this thing, you just see where that is. That's how far we are into our particular episode. Just so that way you guys don't get lost, or if you're like, oh, I cut out, where are they at? This is how you guys will know, so you will never be lost, and you can, if you have to go in and out, it's no big deal. We're gonna start here in all of 10 seconds. Briggs, why don't you count me down? Why don't you count me down?
From 10?
Let's 10 is a little much. Let's do like
Yeah.
count me from 6. No one counts from 6.
6 is a good number.
Six.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Food Wars.
Commence anime night. Already excited. Foo me e. Disgusting. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, I have it unsubbed. That sucks. Oh well.
I believe it's only subbed, actually.
No, I usually don't watch it with subtitles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You could speak Japanese.
Yeah. Well, you can't say that on the internet because there'll always be someone better than me who will be like, he doesn't speak, and there'll
True,
always be a
but
bunch of people worse
you
who go,
live
but
in
he's
Japan.
like fluent. So I live there. I speak enough to get by, and I just prefer not having words on my screen. But I don't consider myself fluent. So is this whole thing about food?
It is.
Is this like a sports anime but with food?
Yeah, it's a shonen anime with food, so like they get into like some tournament aspects as well.
This is shonen? Well, I mean, it looks like it. It's
Yeah.
animated like one.
I hope you have some snacks because it makes you hungry.
Bro, okay. I'll admit this is the first anime night I haven't had snacks.
Really?
Maybe during the break, I'll leave you to moderate and just hang out with people, and I'll go downstairs and grab some real quick.
I just have a nice bowl of cereal here with me.
Oh, I'm jealous. I have a terrible Taco Bell half-spilt root beer. That was hardly a blind taste test. This should not count. Throw it out. I wonder how good can you make fried rice?
Like at an
Pretty
expert
good.
level, I don't know.
Apparently, it's pretty
Like,
good.
like I wonder if they use like different, like full on like different ingredients, or like they're just. I'm assuming they did.
Chad hates fan service. He's gonna be in for a surprise. Oh, this isn't like an ecchi, is it?
Yes, it is.
Frickin' A. All right. Well, I'm not a big
I
fan
apologize.
of that, but
It was actually like the one out of the four. Like I was hoping for the least,
oh really?
but
I wanted some.
I
Samurai
do
Champloo.
really like it. So did I. I would have recommended episode 17 for our second number,
Well,
or
how about
15.
this? I'll bring you back on another time, and we'll do Samurai. How's that sound?
That sounds awesome.
That's what we're doing. We're doing it now. The bromance is early kindled.
Oh, there's this episode in Samurai Champloo called Bogus Booty. It's just like literally a filler episode. It's probably one of my favorite episodes in all of anime.
I'm surprised it had filler.
It's like one of the only filler episodes.
Yeah, I didn't think it had much filler. Oh, tentacles! You gotta be kidding me. We're not even. Oh
Yeah.
God, we're not even like 5 minutes in.
This is the only like horrible. Like this is as far as it gets.
This is okay. I hope so, because otherwise I might have to pause it. I'll just let you watch it and I'll commentate. Oh
That's
Lord.
one of the I'd say that's one of the downsides of the show, but they actually use the fan service like decently well to like contribute to it, unlike most etchies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Discord chat, you can't join us while we're watching the anime just because I need to have some sort of control and not just have people yelling racist stuff all the time that I have to deal with. But during the breaks and stuff, we'll go into general, or if that gets too crazy, we can invite people into host just one at a time so we can talk to you guys. But during the anime, we'll just avoid that like the plague. So Discord, don't hate me. Is
It's a
how they
solid.
talk is how they talk Japanese in these animes how people talk in real life? Not really. No. You have to understand that these people they're acting, right? Like these are voice actors, they're acting. So they're going over the top of what like a normal person would like their range would typically be. And they also speak in a way that most people probably wouldn't speak either. Not that there's words that are made up, but you just wouldn't talk the way a lot of these people would talk. Mind you, I've only, what are we, 30 seconds into this? We're 4 minutes in. I would not use this as your basis to learn Japanese, guys. just, just, just personal advice. But that's just me.
Man, I love this opening.
I like the song. Who is it?
I am not sure. That is a fact I don't know.
Did I just stump the fact man?
Potentially.
Bro,
I haven't made any videos on Food Wars.
life is difficult.
I actually scrapped the script. I was making one for Soma, and then
Really?
I'm like, I don't like the information, so I stopped.
You should totally you should tweet it out afterwards as like a triumph of knowledge of like who actually made the who sang the opening.
Oh, that's gonna annoy me so much. I will 100% look it up.
Okay,
Like,
good. Banana. That guy looks like a tomato. Yeah, bro, my dad always talks in Naruto in Japanese. Shin with the Japanese jokes. Oh goodness. Yeah, I mean, guys, honestly, it's just a rule. Anime probably isn't the best method for learning Japanese. If you
I mean, you
know
could
enough
probably say
Japanese
this.
to like wade through it, you can figure it out. But you know, just I don't know, talk to a real Japanese person.
You could probably say the same thing about dubs, though. Like, they're very like if you think about the way they talk,
Yeah,
it's very over dramatic,
yeah,
and
nobody talks like
people don't
that.
speak in those voices, right?
Yeah, no, freaking nobody does. And they also talk like you'll talk to people in a way in like a fictional setting that you wouldn't talk to people otherwise. Like you would, I guess one of the examples is you hear a lot of people. I made a video about this recently where people call each other anta instead of like a normal way of saying you. And anta's like what a little kid talks to his parents. So it sounds like you're like
Mhm.
a 3 year old telling your mom like mommy juice. Like that's how that sounds when you say anta. But in anime you hear that a lot with like tsundere girls, and it's totally not the way you should ever like talk to somebody. Mind you, I made that mistake. I said that once and I got laughed at. So I'm like, all right, not gonna happen.
Yeah, you probably look like within the first couple of months of being there, you realize a lot of this stuff
Yeah,
like
you
is
can totally
wrong.
pick it out. Like people will correct you. If they laugh, they're not gonna be like, oh, nothing. Like you're gonna say, hey, what was funny? They're like, well, you said this. Don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay, chalk that down. So
Or at the very least, you'll get like a weird look.
yeah, I mean, there's certain things you just don't do. Like, oh, there's a good example from the chat. Him calling you Brig Senpai. Like you didn't go to school together and you don't work at a tiered company together, so Senpai's kind of weird. Mind you, he does it ironically. Shin always does it
Yeah.
ironically to be like like friendly. But I've used
Yeah, you could
Senpai
think about it.
about
Go ahead.
huh?
No, let's go ahead. I was cutting you off there for a second.
Oh no, so I talk a lot, so feel free to cut me off. But I was I used to use senpai a lot, and then I went to Japan and realized, wow, there's a very specific time to use it, and it's not as often as you think it is. It's actually unless you're like in a high school, a college, or a company that's tiered like that, you'll probably never use it.
True.
True.
Like it's obviously because we're in the anime community that it's overused and like
Oh, definitely.
anime, but like I guess for his situation, even though he definitely is using it ironically, like we're in like a group chat together, and I'm one of the bigger channels in the chat, so I'm always trying to help out like the smaller YouTubers get started and stuff. So like I guess I am in a senpai position.
Such well, tech. I mean, senpai doesn't just mean superior. Like it doesn't just mean like the over person. It literally has like it does mean the person above me, but it's only used in those situations that ever heard it used in. Or if I went to school to learn it, and if you freaking use that in weird, they always like marked you off on tests. So like even in that instance, you probably wouldn't be called senpai. It would be san, or if you were friends, you would just say your name. Like there wouldn't be any title. Mind you, senpai is funner to say than just Briggs. Like Briggs senpai is kind of more entertaining. So don't let me, piss on your parade. Like do whatever you want.
You do you.
Like I'm not the Buzz McKillington here. You can just do whatever you need. Have you ever heard? Have you ever hear Yanin? Yanin? I forgot how Chiharu told me. Yanin? Yanin? I don't. Can you type it in Japanese? Because that might be easier for me. I don't think I know that offhand. Tad's in the chat apparently. Oh yeah, the anime dude. Tad, my name is Chad. Welcome to welcome to the channel, Tad. I will say one thing, the artistic style of how they make the scenery look in this is actually pretty accurate to Japan.
You cut out there for a second. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. The way that they make the scenery look, like the outside landscapes, is very similar to Japan.
Yeah, like it's like accurate type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like how it would look. Like even this fried rice shop, like I've eaten at freaking shops like that. They did a good job. It looks pretty accurate. The people don't at all, obviously, but that's like
Of
who has
course.
big boobied, scary glass lady. Yeah, that's gonna happen all the time. You actually never see cleavage there. It's almost kind of odd.
Even in a maid cafe, no,
Never,
no.
ever, ever will you see cleavage in Japan. You don't even see it at beaches. It's like eerie. Like I'm not actively looking for cleavage, but like if you're on a beach, you expect to see like a bikini clad person in the background, like it's just a normal thing. You don't even see that. It's the weirdest thing.
Like I don't know, in person, I probably like that better to be honest. Like don't worry, I love my cleavage in anime, but in real life, I could do without it.
And I'm with you there, but I was just saying like you're
Like
kind of
in
how you're
public
like used to
scenarios.
seeing it. Like if you go to
Yeah,
a mall, you're gonna see like one low cut shirt at some point. It's this like not at all, not one. It's the weirdest
that's
thing.
crazy.
It's almost eerie. It's like, is it a law? And I actually asked someone, and they go, no. It just you can show as much leg as you want. You can have like a skirt that is almost underwear at that point, but you can't show cleavage for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't.
Cultural thing?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but the Japanese are pretty like sexually repressed, from my experience. Yane?
Based on the birth rate.
Yeah, I mean that's there's a lot of factors to that. A lot of that has to do with like how A generally shy they are, and B how much you don't really need a spouse there. Like you can get love and affection from anime girls and pillows, so why would you bother? Like why would you take on a soft squishy bag of emotion when you could have someone that worships you in 2D? And that goes for both boys and girls, by the way. Yanen. Yanen. No, I don't think I know that word. Brianna? What is it? Like I said, there's always words I don't know. That's why they put it in anime so much they're deprived. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I've never seen someone take food so seriously.
Oh, they make the cooking scene so intense.
It's like a battle scene. Like it's got this serious music. It's just
That's like for a cooking show, they somehow like turn like the first episode is not really a good representation of the show, to be honest. But like once you get like there's tournaments and stuff, and it's so intense, it feels like a shonen like action series, and it's cooking, which just blows me away.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if that pun made it to English very well.
I
Liberating.
wonder if like these dishes are actually like good in real life. If someone were to like replicate it.
What is that? What is that cook? Well, I mean, there's a couple like nerdy cooking shows, but there's one. Was it? It's not the girl. It's the Asian guy and the half Asian girl. But they did something from the show. I remember a while back, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I've seen people like try to replicate it. I just wonder like how good it tastes because like they make it taste seem like it tastes amazing, right?
Yeah.
Especially later on in the series, like people like they're like going nuts for how good it is. I'm like, how good does it really taste if someone were to replicate it?
Well, you see, the key is we have to call up. We have to call up a celebrity chef to cook these
Yeah.
recipes. That's how you know.
You're gonna be in some for some etchy, I believe.
Great. 100%, 8 out of 8 would recommend again. All the etchy animes. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of fan service. I'd prefer just a normal story. Yanen is Kansai Ben. That's why I would know it. I don't speak Kansai. I speak Hakata Ben. So
Have you seen No Game No Life?
I saw like 10 episodes of it.
True. The No Game No Life and Food Wars are probably the only two ecchi series that I like actually really enjoyed,
Really?
and it's because I feel like they do have story beyond it. It's not the ecchi is like a side focus.
Yeah. I, Especially with No Game No Life, you could tell that the story itself was solid, and you could
Yeah,
I at least for me, I got the opinion that the etchy was almost like a compromise. Like, hey, we need to sell product, so put this in, otherwise we're not going to do this. Like you could tell
yeah,
it was almost like pushed in there from what the story was. So that's kind of nice, but I still
yeah. It's one of the series I could keep it like separate. Like when there was action, like really intense scenes going on, it wasn't infused in it at all. And then it would just be like at the beginning or end of the episode,
yeah,
or during a
definitely.
mild episode.
I You'll learn this about me. I never finish anime. I'll get to the last episode and I won't finish it ever.
Oh, I'm the exact opposite. Like I
Like
know I drop a lot of like anime after the first or second episode, but if I commit to like four or five, I'm in it for the long run.
yeah, are you the type of person that you watch like everything that's ongoing, the first episode, and if you the ones you don't like you cut out, the ones you stick, the ones that are like promising you go okay, second episode. After that, you get another cut, and then the rest of them's just like I'm going till the end.
That's how I like used to be anyway when I used to watch a lot of ongoing stuff.
Uh
Recently I haven't unfortunately, but like if I still was, that's usually how I do it. I
okay.
watch like at least like seven or eight first episodes and then slowly make my like they get dwindled down as the time goes on.
Okay. Like I used to, I mean, I was an ongoing guy too until I moved to Japan. And in Japan, if you don't stay up or wake up early enough to watch your thing, you can't watch it online. You can't, like, you will go to jail first offense if you download anything illegally.
Really?
So yeah, so I didn't watch any anime when I was there for on and off the 4 years I was there. It's kind of unfortunate actually.
I don't know how you do it, man.
Uh, I mean, I was kind of living what these anime people were doing, anyways. Like, I didn't really need to, because my favorite genre is slice of life, and I was like living that. I was in Japan, so I kind of
That's
supplemented.
my least favorite genre.
Really? I mean, I
Yeah.
could tell by the suggestions you gave. Like, you gave all these like really serious, like clean cut animes that are high quality, and then a slice of life would to you would probably just be trash.
Like to me, it's anime is like kind of I don't like it to be like life at all. I want it to be like completely out there, like unrelatable,
Just
and like just
fantasy.
kind of be like being an escape for 20 minutes, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Do you like a lot of like? Do you watch Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead or anything like that?
I'm watching the Game of Thrones right now. I just started it recently,
Okay.
and I'm fully caught up in The Walking Dead.
So you really like fantasy elements of stuff then?
I'm a pretty huge fantasy guy.
Okay, I mean I am as well. Like I love that type of stuff, but I don't know. When I was first learning Japanese, I was oh god, you're right. Wow, that escalated quickly. um, okay, so I gotta say the shirtless guys make this okay for me just because it doesn't. It knows what it is.
Yep.
So that I'm okay with that. If it was just the girl, this would make me really uncomfortable. But the fact that it was like 75% dudes, like I could handle that. Anyway,
It's just that,
anyways,
like, apparently the food's so good, and that's how they try to like dramatize it or whatever. But it's completely unnecessary, in my opinion.
there is no way he cooked beef juices so good that 4 people orgasmed in his shop. There's no way. Like I love food. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not coming in your shop to come. I'm coming in there to get full and leave. I tried to quit watching anime once, worst day of my life. I understand that feel.
I feel you, man. I've went on some gaps, like, and you feel like there's something like missing.
Mm. Well, have you ever gotten burned out on anime? Like you've watched so much that it just feels like it's burnt.
Yeah, for sure. I've marathon like 400 episode series. Like I watched a lot of long running stuff too, and like I went on some hardcore marathons. You just need a break afterwards.
Yeah, totally. If you guys can't see me on screen, it's because I'm switching my light. Don't panic. Everything's okay. The world's not ending. My light burned out. There it is. And we're back. Hopefully. His dad looks like a straight up freaking Yakuza boss. I used to work for the Yakuza when I was in Japan.
See, I don't have a good representation of what they would actually like, what they actually are and do.
I mean, they're
Like
not
from
like
anime, I feel like anime isn't the best representation for what the Yakuza is.
yeah. I mean, they kind of make it more comedic, but I mean, they're not as it's not as bad as everyone like makes them out to be for sure.
Can I ask what you did for them?
Yeah, I was an English translator at a tattoo shop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I wasn't like a part of the Yakuza. Like you have to be Japanese, but it was just I worked for them because English is the cool thing, and I spoke English and Japanese, so it just happened to work out well. Have
For
you guys
sure.
seen
That's definitely
or?
like,
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
I think that's a good position to be in, like being able to speak both languages in that country. Like,
Definitely. I mean, you don't need to. Like, I had a buddy of mine went with his dad and his mom to Japan, and they speak like negative Japanese. And because they stayed in Tokyo, they were good to go. If they went to Fukuoka, it might be a little bit weirder, or like anywhere that's not a big city. But as long as you stay in Tokyo, you can survive and thrive on nothing. But one second, I gotta catch up on chat. I gotta stop talking so much. Have you guys seen or read A Series of Unfortunate Events? I've never read it, but I've seen both the Jim Carrey movie and the Netflix show, and I happen to enjoy it quite a lot. I'm a big Neil Patrick Harris fan. It's just like an ending to something like how in Naruto they say Datebayo, but in Osaka Ben they actually say Yanen. Oh, well, Datebayo, like Naruto says Datebayo, and it means like nothing. But like another reason why you should never read Naruto for Japanese practice. Tatoeba, if I say mecha ski, someone with the accent would say mecha ski yanen. Oh, well, makes sense. I could probably figure it out from context if I heard it. Hey, that was a good episode. I'm going to let the outro music play because I'm freaking jamming on this right now.
yeah, I'm digging it.
Ooh. Oh, there's a girl with a marshmallow. Okay. Well, that was about time. I was wondering where the naked lowly girls were coming in. Well, now, here they are. Found them. When you post a long comment and it deletes it all. No, I read it. It maybe delete it for you. How did you enjoy it? It was very good. Jim Carrey will always be my Count Olaf, but Neil Patrick Harris was very, very good. And I liked how they added a couple story plot lines that don't come in till later. Anyways, I read the books and watched what's out on Netflix. Yeah, definitely. They actually got greenlit for a second season. Feel free, by the way, Briggs, if I'm reading through some of these and you want to jump in. Okay, I had to
I'm a
exit.
huge fan of Neil Patrick Harris as well, by the way.
Yeah, well, who doesn't love NPH?
Yeah.
Had to exit out of that anime. That was weird. Yeah, I get you, my man. I'm not an etchy man myself, but this was picked by you guys, so as long as it's not hentai, I will fight through. Oh my god, invisible cactus, your dog is so cute. Oh, I'm not reading the ones that aren't addressed to me. I'm egotistical. Come on, more about me. They're my favorite books when I was younger. Have you read them? No. Okay. Why are the Yakuza so scary to the citizens of Japan? Oh, sorry. Especially when they freak out over their tattoos. The Yakuza have done illegal stuff and they're known for illegal stuff. So you got to understand, Japan's like statistically the safest country on the face of the earth. Like it's the safest country ever. Women are not afraid to walk the streets at night in Japan. It's bizarre. But if you do any crime, you're considered bad. And the Yakuza do a lot of white collar crime, like, tax fraud or, rigging political stuff to help their business interests. So that's considered negative. They're not as bad as they were, like, post World War II when they were, like, arming the Japanese people. And that's kind of where they get their scary stuff from. They are kind of scary. There's a couple people that are intimidating. But they're nice people. If you're nice to them, you respect them. They're just people. It's just like anybody else. Wouldn't you be
And I feel
scared
like
of the mafia?
the representation they give is from like the post World War like one,
Yeah,
like
that's
in
definitely
anime.
I mean, if it was like the Italian mob, I'm not scared of them because I'm not going up against them. I'm not, you know, encroaching on their territory. They're just people. As long as I'm not having anything to do with them, or if I'm like I was doing in Japan, working for them, I'm not like necessarily afraid of them. Oh, jeez. Okay. That was good, guys. Thank you so much for that recommendation. I'm going to be catching up on chat. I'm going to be in the Discord chat as well. So if any of you guys want to talk to us, ask us questions, feel free. Also, during this 10-minute break, if you guys need to restock on foods or drinks or whatever it is that you guys need for the second episode, do that now because you won't have time without being late to the party. You should read books. Enjoy it. Why should I be scared of the mafia when you always live around them? Good point. Feeding your ego. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel more important than I actually am. I thought there was a dog that makes fingers. Wait, what? Who makes fingers for those? Oh, yeah. They have their pinkies cut off. It's not just their pinkies. So each time they do something wrong, they cut a section of finger off, and it just goes until they have, like, no fingers, essentially. But, yeah, whatever appendage they're missing, I suppose. What source can I use to learn kanji and learn to speak Japanese? To start with Japanese Pod 101. It's free. And download Absolute Beginner Season 1 and 2. And that'll get you, you can go to Tokyo and not be afraid to, you'll know enough to get by. Kanji's a little weirder. Don't worry about kanji right now. When you're just starting, just skip it. Don't worry about it. Come back later. I know Shin's probably going to cringe when I say that, or other people are, but that's how I learned, and I speak and read just fine, so don't worry about it. How do you define the difference between what is considered ecchi and what is considered hentai? Penetration. Penetration or nudes, whatever comes first.
Yeah, I'd say one's just extreme fan service and one is literally like sex.
Yeah, it's the same on TV. Okay, is there a tit that pops out, or is there insertion? One is okay, one is really not okay. And I'm not a big fan of the latter, so. Second episode of what? What are we watching? We are watching Food Wars. I believe it's the first season. What's the full name?
Shokugeki no Soma.
That's it. Whatever that is, that's what we're watching. And we're about actually. So, do you want to watch the second episode, Briggs, or do you want to watch something else?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
That happens. Gotta love it. Are you down to watch the second episode, or do you want to watch a different episode, or do you want to leave it up to the fans?
I say the second episode works. Oh, let's leave it up to the fans. Let's put it to a vote.
Oh yeah. So for you guys that are watching this with us, you have a choice. Go into the chat, either the live chat, the Discord, tweet, whatever. I'll give you guys like 3 minutes to pull it together. If you guys want to watch the second episode of Food Wars, let us know. Or if there's a specific episode of Food Wars that you guys like and you want to watch, let me know, and we will do that one instead. Until then, I will continue to catch up on chat because I'm really bad at catching up on chat. How about this? Briggs, why don't you give another explanation of your channel while I'm catching up on all this stuff?
Let's go for round 3.
Round 3. We're going 4 by the end of tonight.
I'm mainly known for my fact videos. I do some anime quizzes and stuff, but in terms of facts, it's just like interesting things you wouldn't already know about characters or series. I do things like One Piece facts, Seven Deadly Sins are my more popular videos and stuff like that. And just like just cool stuff. I'm just a huge fact person. Like little like details like just like make my day personally.
Can little details ruin your day too?
Uh I'd say so. If it's an anime I really like and you find out like just like something like negative about it or like how it was like influenced in a bad way, like it could definitely.
They can put a damper on it.
Or if a fact ends up spoiling something.
Definitely. Hey, Briggy Boo, why don't we go into general real quick? We have some people that want to ask a question.
Okay.
So again, if you guys, even for this week or next week or whatever it is, if you guys have a question for us, hop into the Discord chat. You can ask us over voice chat. You can talk to us like a radio station. So we'll do that real quick. Alrighty. Shin, I believe, has the first question over here. If I can find Shin. His mic's muted, so I'll give him like 30 seconds to...
I'm here.
Oh, hey, Shin.
Hello.
What's your question?
So I'm gonna rip a question out of an earlier anime night someone asked to your guest. I forget who it was, but I have a question for Briggs Senpai, right? So Briggs, if you were to make or have one of your stories or a story that you created adapted into an anime, what studio would you like it to be? What director and like what would like the storyline and the genre and stuff be?
Ooh, good question.
So it would be
Slice
Studio Madhouse.
Oh.
Yeah, we Slice of Life.
Good choice. Good choice.
Studio Madhouse.
First I'd go with
him
A1
answer.
Pictures.
A1 Pictures?
No, I'm just a joke. I hate A1
No,
Pictures.
I mean they have good animation.
Well, my number one favorite anime is by them, but other than that, it's just
Like if I was like there to like have it's my story and I was kind of like directing them, I would choose A1 Pictures would be a good bet. I just wouldn't trust them with my work.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh my god,
if I wasn't a part of it. I guess it would just be like it'd definitely be like an action, like shonen type of thing. It'd be something similar to Kenichi because Kenichi is my all-time favorite anime series.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't think I've ever
Like some
seen
type
that.
of like starting from nothing and building your way up type of thing. And I can't think of a director right now.
Miyazaki. At
I
Madhouse.
suppose that works out just
Always
vaguely
the
for all
answer.
of us then.
He'd be like, "You ruined anime."
Everything's over.
Oh my god, yeah, he is such a traditionalist.
Yeah.
Hey, we have another question here from one of our Australian viewers. Would you turn on your mic for me real quick so I can hear you out? Mr. Ethan.
Yeah.
There it is.
Why is the stream still coming out of 1A?
Because I haven't paid a professional to come in here and fix all this stuff. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thanks.
I have worked. This is an ongoing joke / depressive issue for people who have not been a part of this before. I know so little about technology. My idea of fixing stuff is bashing it with a small rock. So with that in mind, I am starting a Patreon soon because everyone's been bugging me about it, and I was like, I might as well do it with the sole goal of making enough to pay an actual tech guy to come in here for a day and just make this not suck. Like,
good.
pull it together, glue what needs to be glued, some duct tape and some willpower, and figure all this stuff out.
Wait, but Bridge is
it's going
coming
to
out
cost
of both
me,
years,
I
though.
think, $120. That's why I was doing that. But that's a whole different conversation. So probably in about a month, we'll have all this figured out, if that answers your question.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
I hope so. All right.
Thanks.
It's getting kind of late, so we got to start the second episode. You guys can stick around and ask us questions after the second one as well. But Briggs, let's hop back over to the host chat.
Cool.
All right, you guys ready for episode, was it deux? Trois? No,
Is
deux.
that what they
French is
decided?
deux. We're going to do deux. Real quick, I'm just going to catch up on freaking the 5 bits of... Oh, I have to change the anime episode, sorry. We're going to do episode 2. There it is. Take me to episode 2. There it is. Okay. We're good.
No, Briggy Boo will not be my new nickname.
Briggy Boo, come on.
The anime dude.
Change it. Brigaboo. Brigaboo boo. See, it just rolls off the tongue.
Only Mew for Injury could call me that.
What about me?
I'll allow you to, Chad.
I started it.
We're coming back. Well, Mew for Injury is my waifu, man.
Well,
But
yeah, but
I'm loving
Chad.
this cast, man. So like, yeah, no, you are permitted.
Okay, good. It could be an open marriage as long as it's only open to me. One sec, I gotta. Oh, gosh, I didn't realize people were so interested. I always get backlogged on this stuff because I don't have someone going through and like moderating questions for me. Chad, we all know that you have the one hentai you love. Oh, totally. It's called Boku no Pico, and I love it. I have all the Blu-rays. We all have that one hentai. Oops. Okay. Okay. Briggy Boo. There. The anime I ever watched was Titan 1. Loved it. My favorite anime is Cory in the House because I like dead memes.
Are you reading general right now?
Right now I'm reading the live chat. Hey, All Day, how did you meet me?
So, I don't know if it was the anime dude or Shinsink who like mentioned you in our like group chat. So I hit you up with a follow, and then you asked me if after I followed you, asked me if I'd want to be on an anime night.
So do you want to know how I knew about you?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So again, I knew about Spooky and stuff, and just through the sides of his things, I found some of your videos, and I like fact videos, so I was like, sweet, check out this dude. I didn't know, like, I didn't subscribe to you. I didn't, I was just like, oh, cool, fact videos, let's go have lunch. And then like 2 or 3 months later, I got a follow from the channel that I was like, oh, I know that, I like this video, and I was like, wait, what's happening? And so immediately, because I'm not someone that asks strangers to come on my show very much because I'm not anybody on YouTube. But you followed me and I was like, it's worth a shot. Like, I might as well ask. And then you immediately were like, yeah, totally. I was like, wait, seriously? Like, you'll actually come on the live stream? And then,
I'm always open to being like interactive with the anime community. Like I'm on streams all the time.
well, then, frick, I asked the right person. Trust me, I only failed French once. Okay, good. I took French for like 3 years, and I freaking can't speak at all. Wasn't it me?
I took French for 9 years and I can't speak it at all. That's
Wait.
sad.
Anime dude, you mentioned him after I already wrote him to do that. So like I knew about him, but I didn't write him about it or anything. I just saw that he followed me, and immediately I was like, oh yeah, this dude. But you mentioned it like literally, I don't know if you remember, I still have the DMs. Immediately after me and the anime dude were talking about having him come on, that's when you followed me, and I was like, no way, right you. And then we started talking, and then he goes, oh, this other guy is really cool, he might come on too. And that was you. And I was like, yeah, we're already talking. And he goes, oh, no way. And that was how. Obviously I'm doing it. I'm doing a really bad job explaining this, and it's not entertaining at all. But that's.
I understand it because like I was like kind of part of that scenario, but I feel like the chat has no idea what
the
what
chat
you just
probably
said.
is just like, he's on drugs, he's on ketamine. This whole thing's going to hell. If it can't be fixed with duct tape and super glue, it's not worth saving. Dude, I agree. Also, I'm saving up to study in Japan University, but not sure how much. How much USD did you spend for that? My case is weird because I also made money on YouTube, and you guys probably won't be able to work very much. And I got like most of my tuition like paid back because the school kind of did some stuff they weren't supposed to. Anyways, I won't talk about it because I'm still friends with the people at the school. But I think a rough estimate for what I did, because I paid for all of it in cash. And if I didn't work on YouTube, and if I didn't get a lot of it back, would probably be close to 10 grand for the year, somewhere in that area. But I had friends that were studying there that budgeted like $21,000 for the year, and I was like, no thanks.
That is horrible.
Yeah, no thanks. That's not worth it to me. I mentioned Chad to Briggs, LOL. All right, so I forgot we're doing the second episode. Sorry. So we're loading up the second episode right now. Briggs, what's another good number we can count from that people don't normally do?
I'd say 4 is a good number.
You think 4 is a good number? Let's do 4.5. Can you count down in halves?
Halves?
Halves.
4.5, 4.3?
Sure, let's do that.
Or
well, no, like 4. So like 4.5.
I completely messed it up.
3.5.
4.5, 3.5, 2.5, 1.5, 0.5,
Commence.
negative. 0.5.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm commencing. Even if that wasn't meant to commence, it's commencing. All right, so guys, if I'm slow in the chat, give me a bit of grace. I'll catch up as best as I can. Watching this and dealing with all the chats is rough enough.
Same. I was trying to like as I was counting down, I was still like hoping it would load for me, because like it hadn't given me the option to click start yet.
Yeah.
I may have had to restart it, like redo the countdown.
What are you watching it on?
I am unfortunately on Kiss Anime.
Dude, that thing just gives so much malware though.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you go to like nine anime or something?
Well,
even
I
Crunchyroll.
feel like I had a Crunchyroll membership up until like 3 months ago.
I mean-
but I haven't watched seasonal anime, so I'm like, it's not like worth the membership for me.
Okay, so I'm not recommending this. This is illegal. Well, it's not illegal. It's immoral. I mean, you could just do Crunchyroll with an ad blocker.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works. You can't just use like a normal ad blocker. You have to have one of the non-popular ones. But yeah, it totally works. It's kind of unfortunate.
Like, no, I'm all about supporting the industry and stuff, but like,
Yeah, that's how I am too.
I feel like at this point, it's kind of impossible for me to always do it. Like, I've watched like 200 different series.
I'll give you my number in a second because it was a good number, but I don't remember how much it was. And if you guys are wondering why I'm looking at my phone, I'm responding to your tweets and Snapchat. So if you hashtag Anime Night or tweet me at That's My Chad, I'll get back to you guys personally. But I kind of have to go between Discord and YouTube and Twitter and Snapchat because I am a slave to the system. Yeah, this intro is good. We should figure out who freaking did this. I gotta stop doing funny things with my hands because people like screen record my things so they can GIF it afterwards, and it doesn't work out well.
That's
for me.
awesome. Is that the point you realize you've made it on YouTube? It's like you start to have a following when people are like making GIFs and memes of you?
No, because people made memes of me when I had like 50 subs. Like, I don't think I've made it at all. I think I'm still just a random voice that echoes in the background. Okay, so how many animes have I finished? Well, I shouldn't say finished. Got to the last episode of, because I freaking never finish anime. That's okay. So that's 100. Completed is 117, so that's 217 titles. 247 titles, and then 250. So I've watched 250 different titles.
Wow. Like, you're one of the like first people like I've actually like talked to. Like, other than people that's like stating what number they've like have, like, you're the first people I've actually talked to that has more than me.
Oh, really? Well, I don't watch it as much now because I study so much and have a adult life. But I do try and keep up on a couple things. Like, I'm watching the new season of Blue Exorcist just because I actually like the original series.
I watched the first episode. I haven't gotten around to doing the rest yet.
I mean, it's definitely not as. I mean, it's never as good as the first season, and I'm actually not that big of a fan of it. But I'm just hoping it'll turn around. Because
I wasn't overly impressed. So did I.
I'm gonna. Oh, lordy lord. Chat. Anime dude, I don't ignore the chat, so even if you talk a lot, I'll do my best to catch up. Your tech savvy is so kawaii. Okay. Well, alright. I didn't know rock smashing counted. Well, I guess that's Tsundere, isn't it? Do a shout out for Melody Nightcore because of her channel. I came to this beautiful weirdness of a channel. Shouts out to Nightcore Melody. She's actually a friend of mine in real life as well. And she was the first big channel that like cared about me. I think I had like 120 subscribers and she had like 100,000 at the time. That was before her first channel got taken down. And she shouted me out and got me to like over 200 and really started my channel down the snowballing of getting subscribers. So I owe her freaking everything that I have. So shouts out to Melody. I don't know if she shouted this out tonight or whatever, but
that's honestly me with Too Spooky. Because honestly, the beginning of YouTube is obviously the hardest. Like, to get like that first 100, 200,
it's a nightmare.
it feels like it takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you put out good stuff, like it's so hard to get subscribers at 100
Because
unless people
it really
already
does come down to views, right?
naked old dude.
At least this show isn't like prejudiced in terms of only showing naked women.
Hey, it's equal opportunity to gross me out.
Age, gender, doesn't matter.
Yeah, bro, no gender, polygender, dragon gendered, whatever gender. Am I the only person who thinks that Chad looks like he's currently in a slice of life sojo anime? Hey, that's a compliment if I've ever heard it. I mean, Briggs would cringe, but I'm all about that life, so,
Just like that sentence made me cringe a little bit.
Ugh. The word cringe in 2017 should just die. Like, that was
Yeah,
2016. We should just bury it. It should be a new word. Unsavory. That'll be the new one.
let's try to make a trend.
Unsavory? Hashtag unsavory. Okay, I got this. I don't know if you've
Every
watched one of
time,
those streams. We've gotten people to tweet this like Grammy nominated like gospel country singer who knows nothing about anime. I think I counted like a total of 30 tweets to his channel just because I mentioned him once on my thing. Because we're trying to get him on
that's
here.
awesome.
I actually have a vinyl for him. His name's Ricky Skaggs. And
You put him as your background, right? Or
all the time. All the time.
yeah,
That was gonna be tonight's until I found this GIF. But yeah, so there's a lot of power in the hashtag anime night viewership.
I was surprised I didn't have anyone in here saying Shinpaku.
Mm.
Like it's kind of like an ongoing thing I have going with my channel, like the Shinpaku Alliance.
The Shrimpaku or Shinpaku?
Shinpaku.
Shinpaku. What does that mean?
It's just a reference to Kenichi. Basically, it's kind of like the army of my subscribers.
Oh, okay.
And I'm on like a stream every like Thursday on one of my friends' channels.
Uh,
And every like you always have people coming in like saying Shinpaku. I was surprised.
what do you know? So I've never seen Kenichi either, which means you have to come back on a third time, and we're gonna have to watch that. Because if I'm gonna watch it, I want to watch it with someone that actually really likes it.
I have watched it close to seven times probably, and an eighth
Wow.
time sounds amazing.
Okay, well I'll get you on a third time, and we'll do that one because that sounds like hey, if you watch it 7 times, I'll give it a shot.
It's definitely my favorite show. Like I definitely watched it at an ideal time in my life, which like made it connect with me.
Okay.
But
There's a lot.
I personally love it.
Like Clanad was that for me. Like at a time in my life, that really connected. But I bet if I was any
Watched it, like,
younger or
early high
older, it would have
school?
done it.
Did you watch it like early high school
I watched it end of high school, like
and
graduation
high
and going
school?
to college.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good time.
Yeah,
Like I
because
don't
that's
know,
when
like
like all that
obviously
was
there's
happening.
personal
They were done with
things.
high school, it's their senior
Yeah.
year, and then they were deciding what to do, and everyone was going up and growing up, and like it was
Mhm.
graduations in anime tear me to pieces. So, what's your advice for small channels like me? Don't stop. Two things: consistency. Get a upload schedule and stick to it like glue for 2-3 years. Okay, a YouTube channel is like a TV channel. If they're like Game of Thrones, we'll put it on. When we feel like it. Nobody would watch it. You need to be very consistent to have subscribers come back because a subscriber is someone that's saying, I want to be notified when you put out regular content, not just when you put something out whenever you feel like it. It's
Yeah.
like someone that's paying for Comcast to watch your show. So make sure you do that. So consistency, and the second one is don't quit. Like there are so many channels that were so small for so long, and then one thing happened that they never saw coming and then blew up. Like I had that 120. It took me like a year and a half to get to that, and then it's been 3 total, and I'm at 7,200 now. So
Wow.
life's weird. Like just stick with it.
Yeah, it's like I said before, the beginning's always the hardest. Like my last like 2,000 subscribers took me like probably like half the time it took me to get the rest of it all,
Dude, seriously.
right?
I gained
Like
like
and
oh, continue.
I was in like I'm honestly scared right. Like even now, I have to stick to a schedule. Like I'm scared right now because I'm in midterm season, so I haven't had time to work on a video like this week,
Yeah.
and I'm worried like if I go 2-3 weeks, I see my subscriber like my viewer base
They
like
dip.
dwindle.
Yeah. It's rough. Like you're almost like it's those monkeys that give chimes to and it's like dance monkey dance. Like that's kind of how it is cuz if you're just like man, I'm having a hard time. I need like for me, so I don't know if you know me very well. I kind of struggle with a lot of mental stuff and I'm not that guy that's like, "Oh, my mental illnesses are this and these are my trigger word." Like I'm not like that. It just life happens and I got kind of hospitally, last year. It's just something I deal
Hmm.
with. And there's times where I have to be like, guys, I can't get out of bed. I can't make a video. And I was very lucky that I have a very supportive fan base because otherwise it would be over for me. People would just dip. But you need to
Yeah,
be freaking
so for
consistent.
sure, like so true.
Is do what you like and enjoy and you won't regret it. Even if you don't end up getting big. The anime dude's got some good advice. That's some good life advice though. Like don't do stuff to get big. Do stuff because you enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Like it's like I don't really have like I set goals like huge goals. That's just kind of like the joke of my channel because like Kenichi, it's whatever. Don't worry about that. But like it's in general like I love the amount of subscribers I have. 'Cause I'm able to be interactive. That
Yeah.
was my goal starting off because when you're at 100, 200, you don't really like feel like you're interacting with people as much.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience and like willpower to kind of to hang on when it seems like people don't care. Because I remember
Yeah,
putting my heart and soul into videos and having people like I remember 20 people watching it, and I spent like 8 hours on that video, and I was like,
it's the worst
oh,
feeling.
um, but I don't have advice for that. That's some willpower stuff that people got to. Oh, there's the first Ricky Skaggs reference in the comments. Heck yeah, Brianna, Ricky Skaggs. Chad, that's 5 syllables too complex for the average internet user. I think internet users can handle unsavory. Like here, I'll just get real close to the microphone. Unsavory. Doesn't it just roll off the tongue after 5 syllables?
I mean, like that unsavory doesn't make me cringe.
Yeah, so we're good to go right there. We're already good to go. Because I ain't growing. Hey, takes time, Shin. Upload twice a week for 2 years and then come talk to me. Because that was me before I ever really started getting attention.
It's just such a competitive market.
Well, there's so many people on YouTube that are trying to freaking make it, and you have to find a good niche, and you have to be good at that niche. Like I'm not necessarily an anime YouTuber. Like most of my stuff has to do with like Japan and learning Japanese and that type of stuff. And I don't even know
Cut out
why
for a
people
second.
freaking care about
I'm
me.
assuming you said
There's so many other
Japan.
channels. Now the army will have to do a Shripaku meme thanks to Chad. Please do. Please do. Chad, watch Yuri on Ice. I don't wanna. I don't wanna watch Yuri on Ice. I don't. Most of the time, when something's super critically acclaimed like that, I hate it. And I don't hate it because I'm a hipster. It's just what people normally like, I don't. Ugh.
I haven't made the attempt to watch it yet either.
I just can't. I don't have it in me. I'm inconsistent AF. I've tried to follow a schedule, but it's hard. So my description just says I upload whenever I want. Yeah. I mean, if YouTube was easy, everybody would do it. So many people will
Yeah,
get like 5
because
videos up and then stop. Like you just gotta power through.
it really is like just a grind. Like
It's
you
such a
have to
grind.
be consistent throughout a long period of time to see growth,
Yeah,
and then you're balancing school or work and your actual life.
yeah. It's. I mean, I'm not talking to you guys as someone that's like, because even though I do YouTube now, this is like what I do. This is how I keep the lights on. Like there was a time I was working 2 jobs, 80 hours a week. I was studying for my trip to Japan, so studying Japanese outside of all of that. I was serving at my church, and I was doing YouTube. So you're talking to someone that lived that grind, and I'm telling you, if you guys stick with it and you love doing it, then you'll do it regardless of if it takes a lot of time or if people watch, because you like to do it. But if this is like your attempt at getting big and getting noticed, then when life gets busy, this won't probably stick. It'll probably just, fade away. But I found that I really like making videos, and I like helping people and sharing my knowledge, and this is a great way to do it. So whether 20 people watch or 500 watch or 500,000 watch, it's this for me it's the same feeling. I get to help people. Find what you guys like, stick with it, and do it regardless of what you have to do to keep the lights on.
Yeah, that's probably the most important factor is just liking it, like actually enjoying it and loving it.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be times when you don't have the time or you just don't want to, but when you start doing it, it's like yeah, like you enjoy it, so it's not a part of your schedule type of thing that you have to put in. It's something that you look forward to doing.
Yeah, it's almost like an escape from that other stuff. So like you go to work to go to work, and then you go to school because you have to study, and you do all this other stuff. But YouTube becomes almost like a diary. It becomes this method of you being creative and just getting the creativity out of your body because you can't normally do it. And this becomes your escape instead of just being another thing to throw on like a job. It's almost like
So
I
true.
mean, for some people it's like fishing, right? Like they go to work and they work their whole week, and then on the weekend, don't talk to me. I'm going fly fishing or whatever it is that they do. That's what YouTube kind of is for me. It's an escape from the real world, and I get to do this.
Like that's what anime used to be for me. It used to be an escape. Like I go to school, like in like high school, and then like get home and do work, and then like at the end of the night, it's like watch some anime and it's escape from it all type of thing. And then now YouTube's kind of starting to fill that role a bit.
Hmm.
And speaking of fishing, I went ice fishing last weekend. It was awesome.
How was that? I've never been ice fishing.
Okay, I recommend going like at least once. It's just a great experience.
My dad always so I've been fly fishing since I could walk, right? And my dad said because he's one of the best fishermen I've ever met in my life. And I'm not saying that because he's my dad. Like he gets like people offer him massive sums of money to take them fishing, and he refuses it all. He just does it for free because he likes people. And
Hmm.
he said that ice fishing is just an excuse to drink. That's what he told me. So I always just go, oh, okay,
Well,
apparently. That's just what it
I guess
is.
maybe I just haven't been like good normal fishing. Like I don't fly fish. I just like I normal fish. I don't know how to describe that,
Like the one
but
where
it's
you
like
press the button and throw it out and then
yeah,
yeah, okay. We call it cheat sticking.
cheat sticking. And yeah, it's like you catch like maybe like a fish, three fish type of thing. Like I feel like it's very more mild. And when I go ice fishing, maybe just kind of have a good spot type of thing. Yeah, I'm like on a like lake. Like first of all, the scenery is beautiful. Like you're walking into a middle of a lake, and like I'm okay with cold. Cold doesn't bother me. So like it's a beautiful scenery. And like I caught like 15 to 20 fish when I went.
That's pretty good. I'm
So
actually
it's like an exciting day.
so
And there was drinking.
and I have to say this now or else I'm gonna forget. If you guys don't know, I'm taking Wednesday off for like the first time in forever because I'm going fishing with my dad. I'm back in America now, and I'm not worried about going to the hospital, so I'm gonna go fishing. But that being said, our best day we've ever had fishing was 100 fish over 20 inches in one day. That was our best day.
Over how long?
One day, and they have to be over 20 inches.
Wow.
But we also like my family like owns like a piece of this river, so I grew up on a river fly fishing, so it's kind of
Yeah,
cheating.
it comes down. But it comes down to like knowing the spots and like knowing what you're doing type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can name some of the fish in there. I could tell you what their name is, what they eat, when they eat it. Like, it's odd. I know some of those fish better than I know my pets. I look forward to it, but when my grades are dropping, I'm like, S word, maybe put a bit less time into YouTube. Hey, dude, I'm not telling you what you should and should not do. Do whatever you need. If you need to focus on school, focus on school. YouTube and vlogging are such a creative personal outlet that you get to share with some other weirdos like you who happens to enjoy what you put out. Yeah, I mean, vlogging is just like video diary. It's just people have been doing diaries forever. It's just a public version of one, or I guess that's like a blog. But people have been doing that forever too. I want to go ice fishing once. Do it. If I go to Canada, so I'm planning on going to Canada. I think this year for there's this con in Montreal I want to go to, and if I go there, I'm going to try to do a fan meetup. But I also want to go fishing. It's
You
like
come
one
to
day's.
Anime North, man. It's the
I
biggest con in Canada.
Oh, is it? I'm not going as like a guest. I don't think. I think I'm just gonna do like a meetup with people that know who I am and then spend the rest of the time oogling. But my channel has become a joke among my community at home and work. Bro, my life is a joke. Who are you talking to? The reason I say that is that what the frick? I got to work in a cafe and try to keep my grades up. Hey, like I said, that if YouTube is not a priority, and that's not a bad thing. That's not me saying, well, if YouTube's not your priority. If it's not, then it's not. Like, if you want YouTube to be a priority, then make it one. And if it can't be or it's not, then don't. And no one's going to freaking crucify you for it. And then when you're like, hey, maybe now life's changed a bit and now I want it to be this priority and I'm able to have it be this priority, freaking sweet. Do it up. Welcome to the club. Once we're YouTube famous. What? Let's do it, bro. Once we're YouTube famous. Totally. And drink.
I'll just reply to the anime dude.
I know. I'm just going down. I'm agreeing. I'm not saying it's with me.
Oh yeah, come to Canada. Welcome to join us, man.
Dude, it'll be fantastic. Are you going to that one in Montreal?
Which convention is it? Do you know what it's called?
I can tell you after this because I can't like search stuff without it popping up on the screen, and then people will know my screen stuff. So I'm gonna avoid Google searching anything. I suck at fishing, but if you tell me to go catch something, I can do clam hunting. Hey, clam hunting's kind of nifty. Let's go. This show is bizarre. What? Oh, well, my battery's dying in this light. What the frick? The hell's happening? Well, I mean great episode, guys. I'm gonna listen to this music as it's going out. I just want to say first off, thank you so much to my guest Briggsy, as I'm gonna call him Briggy Boo.
Briggy Boo.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. AKA All Day Anime. Dude, you are fantastic. I don't want to talking about you in the third person. You are a fantastic dude to hang out with. You are so entertaining. You are welcome.
Honestly, thank you so much for having me, man.
You are welcome anytime you want on my stream. Anytime. If you're like, Chad, I want to promote something. Can I hop back on? You can hop on that week. Just come hang out.
I'm always a message away.
Please do. How about this? So, by the way, if you guys haven't done it yet, even if you click away from this video, I won't hate you. Go check out his channel, All Day Anime. There's a link in the description. Go check out his Twitter. There's also a link in the description. He's just such a good dude. Like, this is technically our first time voice chatting with each other, and I feel like a better person just having done this. So this was just so freaking awesome for me. Go check him out. Briggsy, why don't you give us one more quick run over? What do you do? Where can they find you? What's up in your world?
Well, first of all, it was a great experience being here. Like it was just a really fun night. Anime night sounds unreal just in general.
Thank you.
And on Twitter, I just post like just cool anime like pictures and stuff. But on YouTube, which is like my main focus, I make quiz videos, but mainly it's fact videos. It's interesting like facts about characters and series, like I've mentioned in the past. And like that's really it. I wanted to plug one quick thing. If any of you guys are super into Yu-Gi-Oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links, I don't know if you guys play the game for the phone. And I'm holding a tournament, and there will be some grand prizes like $25 to Amazon or any gift card of your choice.
Ooh.
So if you guys want to be in on a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, just come over to my channel. I'll probably be making an announcement about it soon.
I think I mean just for the $25 gift card, I'll spend if I win. Okay, if I win, I'll spend all of it to send you something inconvenient like a goldfish. Something that just
So,
puts a burden on you to take care of, like a house plant.
fun fact: I have a 14-year-old goldfish.
For how?
I don't know, man.
That's
I
freaking. The world is weird. I don't understand things anymore. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're actually gonna put a plug in this real quick. I'm gonna make sure everything's caught up. If you guys have any questions for me or Briggsy, you can type it in the chat now, or you can tweet us afterwards, or even better, I'll be going into the Discord chat for a little bit after this if you guys want to voice chat with us. But you know, whatever it is that you guys need. But I will be hopping off of this. Don't worry, the stream will still be on. You guys can ask away. We'll still be able to read it, but you just won't be able to see our beautiful faces. So, Briggsy, anything else you want to say, or are we all good to go?
we're all good. I'll be in the voice chat for sure.
Awesome. Alrighty, I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much. Be kind to one another. Don't step on small frogs.